Everyone wants to know the magic number, the percentage that makes your eyes go wide and your skepticism kick in. So let me just say it. We turned a serious return in year one. And no, it wasn't luck. Buckle up, because we're about to walk through every uncomfortable, unglamorous, occasionally embarrassing decision that got us there. Here's the thing nobody tells you when you start investing year one. Feels like you're assembling furniture without the instructions, in the dark, while someone keeps moving the pieces. The market, the deals, the timing, none of it behaves the way the YouTube tutorials promised. And that gap between expectation and reality is where most people quietly quit. The strategy wasn't exotic. No secret algorithm, no offshore account, no cousin with insider access to a pre-IPO deal. It was disciplined capital allocation, asymmetric risk positioning, and the radical, almost boring act of not panicking when everyone else did. Think of it like this. Most investors treat their portfolio like a vending machine. You put money in, you expect the snack to drop immediately. And when it doesn't, you shake the whole machine. We treated it more like a slow cooker, low heat, right ingredients, leave it alone, and trust the process even when it smells weird at hour 3. Back in the early months, there was real optimism. Deals looked clean, numbers made sense, and we had that dangerous beginner's confidence that comes right before the universe humbles you. Then came the rate environment shift, the sentiment flip, and suddenly every thesis we'd built felt like it was written in disappearing ink. Here's where it gets psychologically interesting and honestly a little embarrassing. Every smart person we respected had a contradictory opinion, and the loudest voices always seemed to be wrong at exactly the most expensive moments. Howard Marks talks about the pendulum market swing between greed and fear, and the money is almost always made by those who act when the pendulum is at its extreme, not its center. We didn't perfectly time that swing, but we leaned in when the consensus was loudest in the wrong direction, and that asymmetry is where the return was quietly built. History rhymes, as they say, and if you study cycles, whether it's real estate in 1989, equities in 2002, or crypto in 2022, the pattern is always the same. Euphoria, overextension, correction, despair, then quiet accumulation by the people not on television. This topic fits squarely inside that cycle, which means the playbook already exists. The hard part is just having the stomach to run it. The community was divided all year. Half were calling for catastrophic collapse, half were calling for a vertical rip, and both sides were absolutely certain. What actually happened was the messy, frustrating middle ground that rewarded preparation over prediction. Let's kill a misconception right now. A strong return in year one doesn't mean genius. It means you sized correctly, managed downside, and didn't let a losing position turn into a personality. The people who blew up weren't wrong about the direction, they were wrong about the position size, and that's a completely different and much more fixable problem. The practical lesson is almost insultingly simple. Define your max loss before you enter. Never add to a losing position out of ego, and treat every decision like a policy, not a moment. When you remove emotion from the process, the math starts working for you instead of against you. Patience isn't passive, it's the active, grinding, unglamorous work of holding your strategy while the market tries to talk you out of it every single week. The return wasn't made in one heroic moment. It was assembled across dozens of boring, disciplined, undramatic decisions that nobody would ever make a documentary about. The irony of year one is that your biggest enemy isn't the market, it's the version of yourself that wants to feel smart right now instead of being rich later. Every override of the strategy, every emotional shortcut, every time you just knew something, that's where the performance leaked. If there's a philosophical truth buried in all of this, it's that the process matters infinitely more than any single outcome, and a mediocre strategy executed with iron consistency will destroy a brilliant strategy executed with chaos. Discipline isn't the boring part of investing, it's the entire sport. We're genuinely comfortable with whatever year two brings: a correction, a rally, a sideways grind, because the preparation doesn't change based on the outcome. It just adjusts the tactics around a consistent framework. That comfort, that rational equanimity, is worth more than any single percentage return. and it's actually the thing you're trying to build. And if you're ready to stop watching from the sidelines and start building your own strategy, whether that's in real estate investing, home contracting work, or finding the right lenders, check out our links in the description below, and let's get you started.